All right, day 27, get your worksheet. Capitalization. Capitalize a nickname or an epithet. Follow the rules for capitalizing titles. Example, George Washington was called Father of Our Country. And you can see they capitalized it just as you would capitalize a title. And that's an example of an epithet. A nickname is usually like one word. An epithet is usually more like a group of words. So your example sentence to practice your capitalization is, was Andrew Jackson, who was called Old Hickory, from the Midwest? The W is capitalized. A in Andrew, J in Jackson, who was called Old Hickory. There's your epithet. What was the rule? O should be capitalized, H should be capitalized, and then the last word in the sentence is Midwest, which is a geographical location and should be capitalized. So here's what you should have, either capitalized or triple underlined, preferably with a different colored pen so I can see it easily when I correct. Punctuation. Place a comma before please if it ends a sentence. The example, may I help you, comma, please. Or place a comma before and after please when it occurs within a sentence. All right, now here's your sample sentence. You'll have to read it carefully to be able to figure out how to punctuate it. Send my only sister's friend, a seal, the following: cookies, cocoa, and nuts, please. Okay, well, send my only sister's friend. Only tells us that sisters is going to be a single sister and that there's some possession happening. So it would be my only sisters would have the apostrophe S. So it would be sister apostrophe S. The friend belongs to my only sister. Send my only sister's friend, comma, a seal, comma. Right, this would be a Navy SEAL, not a strange little cute animal. A seal is in a positive, so that's why we're setting it off with commas. Send my only sister's friend, comma, a seal, comma, the following. All right, we're going to have a list of things within a sentence, and we've learned in the past that that's where you would put a colon. If you remember from the sentence you had to punctuate, dear sir, and then you did a colon, that's where it's the two dots, the two periods, one on top of the other. Cookies, comma, cocoa, comma, and nuts, comma, please, period. You have the comma between cookies, cocoa, and nuts because it's items in a series, and then the comma comes before please because we just learned that, and then the period goes at the end of the sentence because that's where they go. All right, so here it is. Can you see all that? Sister's friend, comma, a seal, the following, and there's your colon, cookies, comma, cocoa, comma, and nuts, comma, please, period. Excellent work. Parts of speech, nouns. Nouns can be singular or plural. Most nouns add S to form the plural. Words ending in S, X, Z, SH, and CH add ES to form the plural. So keeping that in mind, let's form the plural for each of these words. Truss would become trusses. So you would add ES to that because truss ends in S. Torch ends in CH. So to pluralize that, you would say torches, ES. Clasp in the plural would be clasps with just a plain old S. Hex, that ends in X, and we see from our list that things that end in X add ES, so it would be hexes. Flask would be flasks, and trench ends in CH, so it would be ES or trenches. So let me put this up. Can you see all of them? Double check your work. Next, we have parts of speech, adverbs. Adverbs can tell how, when, and where. Some tell to what extent. These can modify a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. The adverbs that are commonly used to tell to what extent are not, so, very, to, quite, rather, and somewhat. There are others. There is a lot of important information about adverbs in this section. You might want to highlight or circle or underline some of these phrases so that if you have to reference back to it, you can find your information right away. The example sentence, you always seem so calm. So is an adverb, and it's an adverb that tells to what extent. Your instructions for your sample sentence are to circle the adverb that tells to what extent and draw a box around the adverb that tells how. The sentence is, the teacher talks too fast. Hopefully they're not talking about me. The teacher talks too fast. Well, first let's start with the adverb that tells to what extent. If you're not sure, look up at your list. Not, so, very, to, T-O-O, right there. So we circle to because that's the adverb that tells to what extent. Which adverb tells how? That teacher talks too fast. How does she talk? Fast. So fast is the adverb that tells how. So following the directions for circling and boxing, that's how you should look. Last section is sentence combining. You know what to do. I'll read them with enthusiasm and excitement once you hand them in. Thank you. God bless.